Children, today we are going to start up with a new chapter, that is law of supply and price elasticity of supply. In this, first and foremost, we are going to check out concept of supply. Now, what is actually concept of supply is? Supply of a commodity refers to the quantity of a commodity which producers and sellers are willing to produce and offer for sale at a particular price during a given period of time. Now, what we have studied about demand? Demand, that means a desire, a wish which you want to have at a particular time, at a particular given period of time, and at a particular price. Now, supply is demand goes with the consumer, right? Supply goes with the producer. Now, producer here, what producer is producing, willing to produce and then offer to sell in the market. Okay, that too at a particular price and during a particular period of time. Okay, now next we will see individual and market supply. Now, what is individual supply? Individual supply refers to the quantity of a commodity which a firm is willing to produce and offer for sale at a particular price during a specified period. Single firm, okay? Individual supply, that is single firm, whatever they are willing to produce and offer to sell in a market during a particular period. Okay, now what is market supply? The quantity of a commodity that all the producers are willing. Now, all the producers in the market, they are willing to produce and offer for sale at a particular period of time, and that too at a specified price. That is market supply. Okay. Now, next we will see difference between stock and supply. Do remember, this comes of 2 or 3 marks. This is very important. So, just check this out perfectly. Now, what is the first point in stock? Stock of a commodity is the total amount of it available with the producer. Okay, the stock of the commodity is what? It is the price which, it is the commodity which is available with the producer inside the firm. Okay, now supply is that part of the stock. It is a stock only, but that part of the stock which the producers are willing to bring it to the market, okay, and offer for sale. Fine. Now, what is the second point of stock? The concept of stock has no time dimensions. Okay, it has no time dimensions. Why? Because stock is the commodity which is lying with the producer. Now, supply. The concept of supply has a time dimension. Why? Because it is for the particular period of time. Supply is for the particular period of time. This is what we have studied above, right? Third is, it is expressed at a point of time, like the stock of food grain on 1st March. Suppose I am checking my stock today. So it is on that particular date. So stock is for that particular point of time on the day when we are checking out what stock we have. Okay. Now, what is supply? It is expressed over a period of time, like the supply of food grain per month. Now, supply means how you will check out supply. You will not check out supply for one day. What you will do, you will check out supply for 15 days, for a month, for a week, right? You will make a schedule for that. So, that is what it is, expressed over a period of time. Now, we will move on to the next topic, that is determinants of supply. Now, what are the determinants of supply? Determinants means the factors which affect the supply. The very first factor is price of the commodity. Now, what we have studied in case of demand, when the price increases, demand decreases, right? But in supply, it's all opposite. Why? Because producer will be willing to sell more when the price is high in the market, right? You are a producer, you will think of more profit. What you will do, you will sell more or you will supply more when the price is high. So, large quantity of a commodity will be supplied at a higher price and smaller quantity will be supplied at the lower price. Okay. Next is goods of the producer. Now, what do you mean by the goods of the producer? Goods of the producer means, it is goals of the producer. Now, what is the goals of the producer? No doubt the goals of the producer is to maximize profit. Everyone wants to maximize what? Profit. Fine. In case of producer, if I am producing, I will try to see that I will take more risk. I will maximize my sale, and by which I will maximize my profit. So the higher profit is the profits from the sale of a commodity. The higher will be the amount supplied by the firm. More and more profit, more and more supply by the firm. Okay. Next is input prices. Now what is input prices? Input prices means the price of the factors of production which a producer is applying or putting to carry out the production process. Okay, it is also you can call the cost of production. So if the cost of production will be high, what will happen? Profit margin leads to be lower, right? So what will happen? It will reduce the supply and vice versa. Fine. Next is price of related commodity. This we have studied very well. If the price of the related commodities are rising, what will happen? The price of a commodity already being produced by the producer remains constant. Okay. The producer will find it more profitable to produce and sell other commodity. See, here it will go opposite. There it was what? When the price of the related commodity increases, what happened? Other demand increase, demand of other goods increase, but here it will be opposite. What? When the price of related commodity will increase, the producer will shift to that commodity. Why? Because he is willing to sell more on higher price. So what he will do? He will prefer that commodity which has a high price. Okay. Next is technique of production. What is technique of production? Technique means the technology which you are using. Okay. Now the invention of new machines and advanced techniques reduces the cost of production, right? We all know that, and increase the profit. So what will happen? It will induce the producer to produce and supply. If the technology, we will get improved technology, it will motivate the producer to produce more. Next is nature of the industry. Now what do you mean by nature of the industry? That means what kind of product you are producing. Suppose if you are a monopoly firm means the product which you are producing, there are no competitors in the market. So what you will do? You will raise your price as per your choice. Okay. But if there is competition, what will happen? There will be no restriction. If there won't be any competition, what will happen? There won't be any restriction. Why? Because I have my choice if I have a monopoly. So thus the competitive firm are likely to produce and sell more as compared to monopolist firm. Why? If I am monopolist, what I will do? I will produce according to me, I will sell according to me. It is all my choice, right? So there is no competition. But if there is a competition, I'll be seeing that I'll produce better than my competitor. I will give more quantity than my competitor so that I should get more sale and everything. So this is what nature of industry is, how it affects. Now policy of taxation and subsidies. Now what do you mean by policy of taxation and subsidies? The one which has been framed, rules and regulations which has been framed by the government. Suppose government has framed a high taxation policy. What will happen? The product price will increase, okay, because of high taxation. And what will happen? Profit margin will reduce. So ultimately producer will not be interested, right? Next is subsidies. Suppose if government is giving subsidies to the producer, what will happen? Cost will reduce. Okay, cost of the production will reduce. Once the cost of production will reduce, what will happen? Profit margin will raise up. Now if the profit margin is high, producer is willing to produce more. Fine. So that is policy of taxation and subsidies. Now availability of transport and communication facilities. Now if you have a good communication facilities, good transportation facilities, what you will do? You will expand the size of your market. You will try to sell more. You will try to supply more, and vice versa. We'll move on to the next topic, that is supply function. Now what is supply function? The supply function is a statement which states the relationship between the quantity supplied of a commodity and its determinants. Okay, supply function, that means how supply is functioning, how it is going on. So how it is going on? It shows the relationship between the quantity which has been supplied in the market and the determinants, how it is affecting. We have studied so many of determinants, right? Goal of the firm, technique of production, expectations about future prices, taxation policy of the government, natural factors. So we have studied so many, right? So these all are the determinants, and this shows the relationship between the commodity which is being supplied in the market and all these factors which affects the supply. That is what supply function is. Okay, next is law of supply. We all know very well what supply and price, that is what is law of supply. The supply of the commodity and the price of the commodity, they move on to the same direction. Demand was what? It has an inverse relationship. If price increases, demand decreases. If price decreases, demand increases. Whereas in case of supply, when price increases, supply increases. When price decreases, supply decreases. Other things remaining constant. Okay, so what is the law of supply? The law of supply states that other things remaining the same, the quantity of any commodity that firm will produce and offer for sale rises with a rise in its price and falls with a fall in its price. So therefore, in terms of law of supply, the quantity supplied of a commodity is positively related. There we have studied negative relation. Here it is positive relationship. Positive relationship between what? Between the quantity supplied and the price. Now we will check out supply schedule. Now what is supply schedule? A supply schedule is a tabular statement. You all know schedule is a tabular statement. Okay. Now it shows what? Various quantity which is being supplied by the producer, or you can say the producer is willing to supply and sell at various alternative prices. Okay. We show different prices. At that price, how much quantity the producer is willing to supply, that is supply schedule. Now we have two types of schedule in this. One is individual supply schedule. Now what is individual supply schedule? It is defined as a table which shows various quantity of a commodity that an individual producer of a firm, individual means single producer. No doubt the table which will be shown is of single firm. Now what an individual firm would offer for sale at a different prices during a given period of time, assuming other factors constant. Do remember, other factors are constant, only price is fluctuating. Okay, now down you can see the schedule, price and quantity, and you can see the individual prices fluctuating. Again, according to the price, quantity is also fluctuating. You can see very well, when the price increases, the quantity is equally increasing. Fine. Now market supply schedule. Now what is market supply schedule? It is a table which shows various quantities of a goods that all the firms are willing to supply at each market price during a specified time, assuming other factors constant. Okay, here also other factors are constant, only price is fluctuating. Okay, now down you can see the table, see the price, quantities on that particular price, how different producers are willing to sell. Okay, that is producer quantity. At 10 rupees you can see A, B, C, three producers are there, and they are producing different quantities. Now total of that quantity is a market supply. I hope it is clear. Now we'll see supply curve. Now what is supply curve? Again we will have two types of supply curve, individual supply curve and market supply curve. Now what is individual supply curve? An individual supply curve is defined as the curve which shows various quantities of a given commodity which an individual producer is willing to produce at a different price during a given period of time, assuming no change in factor of production. Again, there is no change in the factor of production other than the price. Okay, so prices affecting the supply of the commodity. Fine. You can see the individual supply curve here. It has been individual drawn from the origin straight going up. Okay, as the price increases. Fine. Now what is market supply curve? The market supply curve shows various quantity of commodity which all the producers are willing to produce and sell at different prices during a given period of time, assuming that factors other than price are constant. Okay, now again you will show this from the origin only. Okay, it will be drawn from the origin and see the supply curve going up combining all the producers together. Okay.